Hello there guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Histon. And coming up in today's episode, we have got an away game against Oxford City, the first time we're playing them in about 2 years, which will be fantastic. They just got promoted into this division after following their relegation last season into the 8th tier, but they've managed to get themselves back up at the first attempt. Fantastic stuff by them, a bit similar to what we did from 2015-16, and then I was getting promoted 2016-17. So before we get into that game, let's take you through what's been happening since the last episode, which was the opening day 0-0 draw against Weymouth. Form has been pretty good, as you can see based off this. We haven't lost a game so far, he says, until we play a live com game. That'll probably mean we'll lose today. But then we started off with our first victory of the season away against recently relegated Worcester. And I thought this was an absolutely fantastic performance against a team that had just been relegated. Absolutely fantastic. You see based off the stats. 50% possession, but more chances for us created. Justin May, Carl Pritchard, and Josh Green opening his account for the season, resulting in a 3-0 victory. We then went on to play against another team that was recently relegated, and that was Gosport Borough, and that ended up 0-0 as well. So far, at home in the first 2 games, we haven't scored a goal, but also we haven't conceded a goal. So there's positives to look there. We both had good chances throughout the game, so it could really have gone either way. Happy to have taken a point though against a team that had recently just been relegated to our division. So considering the fact that we did win away against Worcester, it kind of seems like a disappointing result, but it's really early on in the season. You don't really want to start losing points straight away, but against a team like Gosport, who I expect to be up there come the end of the season, it's a good result. We then followed that up with our first home victory of the season, a 4-1 victory against St Neots. Josh Green netting a hat-trick, fantastic work from him. Clive Calcutt looked as if we were going to have a third straight draw in 3 home games, but then Josh Green and James Difford then scored to make it 3-1 before Josh Green completing his hat-trick on the 88th minute to ensure that we ended up with a 4-1 victory. We then followed that up with another 4-1 victory, this time away at Dunstable, and it looked as if we were going to be on our way out of the cup after at the very early stage. As you can see, Dunstable scored with their only shot on target via a penalty through David Noble. Then I brought on Josh Green after I decided to give Jack Friend a little run out, but Josh Green then netted his second hat-trick in as many games before Kai Smith scored his first goal for the club in the 91st minute and resulted in us winning 4-1 and advancing in the FA Cup. And now we've got a home tie against AFC Mansfield. Next up we had a absolutely crazy game away at Banbury, a team that was relegated as well, so we faced the 3 teams that had been relegated into this division in the first 4 or 5 matches. So as you can see, Samuel Amisa scored after 17 minutes. Then we had 2 sendings off via second bookable offences. Callum through first after 46 minutes, and then Harry Osborne after 61 minutes. I think that resulted in a penalty which Ridian Williams missed. And then 4 minutes later, I brought on Jack Green, and he scored his first goal for the club against his former club as well. And that resulted in us taking a fantastic point away from home. Reece Bills played out of his mind. As you can see, 24 shots, 12 on target for Banbury, and they were only able to score 1 goal. Fantastic work and effort by Reece Bills there to keep us and earn us a fantastic point, given the circumstances that we were down to 9 men and the fact that we had a 2-man disadvantage. So from that's a point gained, most definitely based on that scenario. It was an absolutely fantastic stellar performance by the goalkeeper there, and also from Jack Friend to get that crucial goal and resulting in us keeping our unbeaten start. And we then followed that up with a 3-1 victory at home to Truro. James Difford opened the scoring and scored a brace. Jack Friend then netted his second goal in as many games before Elvis Mayonnaise pulled one back after 63 minutes. It could have been 3-2, but a penalty missed by Alex Fletcher resulted in us winning the game 3-1. And only us conceding, I think, 3 goals in this time so far this season. Yep, 1 goal there, 1 goal. Oh, actually, no, 4 goals that we've conceded throughout the season. 3 goals in the league. And if we have a look and see what that's done to the league table, I'll actually quickly show you. Yeah, I'll show you here. We're first in goals scored, and we're first in goals conceded in terms of we've conceded the least amount of goals. So it's been a really good start for us in terms of those stats. But if we go to the actual league itself, as you can see, we're currently sitting in 2nd place. We're the only team within the top 8 that has yet to lose the season. Again, he says that, and then we're probably going to lose this next game. Yeah, currently sitting in 2nd place with the best goal difference so far, tied up with Hitchin and Hereford and only a point ahead of Basingstoke, Barnstaple, and Hungerford and Hampton and Richmond, and only a point behind current leaders Chippenham, who I think were relegated last season. Yes, they were, from the National League South. That's one of the teams we have yet to face this season, but although we are playing them in a couple of matches' time, so we're really coming up against the teams that are that have really been recently been relegated. We haven't played any of the teams that have been promoted yet, so teams like Barnstaple, which I quickly had a quick gander at. Taunton are the other team that also got promoted, so that'll be an interesting tie. But we've now got to focus on a promoted team as well. Oh, I completely forgot. Oxford City, I said at the start of the episode, they're a promoted team, so when I say that we haven't faced a promoted side, this will be the first one that we will be going up against today. We're away from home at this particular match. Hopefully that doesn't affect us too much, but fortunately for us, we will have Harry Osborne and Callum Frew back for this because of the fact that they served their suspensions in the last game against Truro, which we managed to win. So, here's the team we're going to go for today. Rhys Bills in goal. Fantastic form he's been in the last 5 games, an average of 7.4. Steve Goddard at right back with Harry Osborne and Kai Smith playing at centre-back role because Jack Cutteridge, unfortunately, is out for another 2 months because of a lower back stress fracture that he suffered a couple of weeks back, which was really, really frustrating to see. He's actually wanted by Gosport, who's one of our rivals right now. So Kai Smith is having to play at centre-back with Kevin Carrillo coming in at left-back. Alfie Davidson and Callum Frew at the central midfield roles. Alfie Davidson back now after suspension. He's already picked up a yellow card though, so after 3 appearances. He's actually already picked up 3 yellow cards in 3 appearances, so he's back to his normal self of picking up bookings left, right and centre. Hopefully he doesn't pick up one today. We might have to bring on Liam Tonzet, but although he's on only an 89% condition, so I might bring on we're going to give Phil Wolfe actually a go at that position because he can play attacking mid central if necessary. And we're going to have Hogan Ephraim at right midfield, attacking mid right, Justin May on the left, with Josh Green and James Difford. I rested Josh Green the last game because he had a poor match against Banbury, so I thought maybe that will be a kick up at the backside to see you will be dropped if you don't perform well. So I'm hoping, or it's a possibility that he was a little bit tired and they needed to give him a little bit of a rest. But we're going to have him start, and then if necessary bring off Jack Friend, even though Friend has been on recently good form. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put Friend on to start with because he's been in great form. Why not reward him for that? And then Josh Green can come on if necessary, if things aren't going completely our way. So, without further ado, let us get into the match. We are focusing on defensive set pieces right now, and based off this, apparently we are favourites to win. I don't really want to say that though because every match is different, especially as we're away from home. They have a couple of injuries though to a couple of their players. A guy called Callum Guy, who's actually used to play at Derby. He was a Derby youth product. I think he still is, but he's actually on loan at Coventry in real life. But please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. That's what I'm happy with those scenarios. Perry Holmes and Upwood will have to keep an eye on just in case they are playmakers of some sort. Let's just have to wait and see what happens right there. We're going to go for that and see if that makes a difference. Yes, looks like the players seem motivated, and that's fantastic. Let's hope we can carry on that motivation into the match itself. And as we now begin the game away from home at Oxford City, let's see if we can carry on our fantastic start that we've had to the season and hopefully keep the pressure on Chippenham, who are also playing today. Oxford City playing from left to right on a very, very long pitch, as you can see, based off the where the goals are. And considering the goals are behind the goals are behind the league table right there, so it might be quite hard to see if we've actually scored or not. Okay, we're coming up to half time now, and nothing has happened in this game. It's very similar to the Weymouth match. We've had 6 shots, 3 on target, but nothing of note in terms of a key highlight. So I'm going to go for that and see if that makes a difference. One player looks to switch off. That's Kevin Carrillo. We don't want that to happen, but we've changed that straight away, which was fantastic. We might have to go attacking at this rate, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Jack Friend is probably a player that we might have to take off in a minute as we head in towards the second half, or halfway through the second half, if things aren't going our ways. I think maybe the long pitch might be affecting our style of play here. It's a really long pitch based off that. I think it's quite similar to when one of Leluzo's episodes when he in the Bolton battle, where he was facing off against a team that looks like a pitch which is double the size. We're now going to make a substitution right now because nothing is happening. Josh Green's going to come on now for 32 minutes and see if he can make a big difference when it comes to the scoreline. another substitution is going to be made. I'm going to take off Alfie Davidson because his conditioning is only at 65%, and also I don't really want him getting a yellow card. Even though he's having a good game so far, I just want to get him off the pitch because he's a bit tired, and I want him to ensure that he's fully healthy for the next match. Entering the last 10 minutes or so, and we're still not getting anything going here. Hogan Ephraim, I'm going to take off as well due to his match condition, and I'm going to bring on Steve Reed and see if he can make a difference as well. We might actually have to go on overflow. We're currently on attacking right now with 10 minutes or so to remaining of the match. But based on the league table, it looks like we're not going to be losing much ground in terms of the league, because Chippenham are actually losing to Basingstoke, who are now top of the league, and Hampton and Richmond are now ahead of us. But it looks like we're going to drop down one position, but it doesn't look like it will make too much of a difference in terms of the league. We'll still only be 1 point behind, which is it's fine at the moment, but obviously we want to try and win these sort of matches, especially against a team that's currently sitting 8th place. Well, they could easily be a team at late, as they take a free kick there. That was the only highlight of the match. I thought if that had gone in, I would have been absolutely furious. But based on the stats, though, I think we should have really done better in terms of the game today, because we've had 9 shots, 4 on target. Although there might be a highlight. No, unfortunately not. That's the end of the game. That's the second consecutive 0-0 I think you guys have seen me do a live com. So hopefully we can end this run of form eventually. Fingers crossed. I'm going to go for that. See if that makes any difference. No, unfortunately not. My team talks need to be done a little bit better. Look at this though. We've had more possession. We've had more shots, but we weren't able to generate anything that was highlight worthy. So bit of a disappointment there that we've weren't able to do that. We'll get a result there, but as it stands, we haven't really lost any ground, and we've gone ahead of Chippenham, who did lose today. So we have lost ground though to Basingstoke and Hampton Richmond, who have now gone ahead of us, but we've still got a long way to go, and they're only 1 point ahead of us. And I'm pretty sure we've yet to play these two teams, and also we're yet to play Chippenham. So we've still got a long way to go. 7 games in. Fingers crossed we can turn that round. We've still got 39 games remaining of the season, if my maths is right. 23 times 2, yeah, 39 games remaining of the season, so a lot still to play for as we head on to the next match. Okay, in terms of what game to do next, I was tempted to do the Chippenham game considering the league table position before I actually decided to do Oxford City, but it's probably going to be maybe Basingstoke at home because of their current record, but it could easily be an FA Cup match depending on what happens there. I might want to do another FA Cup 4th qualifying round if we do reach that stage tomorrow, as long as we get past AFC Mansfield and whoever's next in the next round. But depending on what happens on there, it could be one of these games in October, maybe towards the end of October. It just depends on what happens with the FA Cup. I'm hoping we can get to the FA Cup 2nd qualifying round, and hopefully this time, 3rd time's the charm, we'll be able to get into the 1st round proper, and that will also be a live com. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe for more FM content. Also comment to see if there's anything I can do to improve the series. Apologies again for the delay on these episodes, but I've just been really busy in terms of outside of YouTube, etc. So I hope you guys do enjoy this episode, and I will hopefully get back to regular uploads as soon as possible. It's just been a really busy time at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll see you guys for the next episode, which will hopefully be some game in October. Hopefully it's the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. Until then, I will see you later.